Welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you've had a good weekend. It's after midnight here. It's 0044 on the clock. And I was just about to get ready for bed, and I started to receive some messages. And I thought, well, let me come on here and see what this is about. So I've recorded and posted some other messages tonight about the energies of this full moon and how it's calling so many of us, especially those of you who are closing out really rough karmic cycles and you're getting ready to walk into your new earth energy. That is there's a window opening for that in the springtime around the equinox for many of us. Many of us are walking into a new cycle irregardless. The energies are here. It's about how we utilize them at this point. But many of you, what is maximizing the potential of those energies is a closing down of certain contracts that you've been a part of throughout the age of Pisces specifically. Some of you, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again in case you're here, you're new here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome too. Thank you for being here. Some of you have walked away physically, but you're still dealing with the energetic energies trying to still hold on and pull you back into the cycle. Some of you are still preparing yourself mentally, emotionally. Maybe there's logistics concerned with it. And so while you may have energetically disconnected from a person, a group, there's still some kind of connection open. A lot of this is going to be resolved in the springtime for many of you, for as long as you're choosing to stand in your truth, root yourself in your own energy, and continue to allow your light to grow and expand. Now, what I was getting here is, again, these karmic energies. What we have to be always aware of with these moons is that the full moon is, beautiful energy to work with in terms of releasing things that you no longer need to be carrying, especially emotionally. It's great for helping us to deal with bringing our emotional bodies back to 0 point. In fact, that really is kind of the purpose of lunar energy. But just like we can use the moon for really positive things, of course, people use it for nastiness too. And the thing about the full moon energy is that it magnifies. It magnifies energies. And what I've been getting is that there is someone playing around with, and I already kind of mentioned this in one of the readings tonight, but there's more coming in on this message, and that is that someone's messing around with, it's like they want to use your shadow to take you down. It's like they're relying on the fact that they're relying and hoping that you haven't healed certain wounds, because this is what they're wanting to attach to. Now, bear in mind, in general, this is how these kinds of energetic attacks happen. This is why, we've been under such pressure, especially in the past 3 years, to get our acts together and heal. Because a healed person, a person standing strong in their own energy, a person who knows thyself, a person who is radically self-accountable, radically honest with themselves, doesn't give room for denial, is not easy to attach to. And when these energies try to come your way and you're very rooted and grounded in your own energy, although you may have residual effects, you feel it, you know it, when there's something in your energy that's not yours, right? There's something here about this person not recognizing. There's a lot of arrogance here. Let's put it this way. There's a lot of arrogance here on the part of this person, these people, this group. I'm really getting more of a very distorted feminine energy. Could be a karmic mother, could be a karmic sister, a karmic aunt. Someone who has like this it's more than distorted, it's a toxic feminine energy. It's like this person it's almost like they want you to poison yourself, but they don't realize how much you've healed. And there's something about this relationship, and for some of you, it's a karmic female friend from your past. That was coming up a lot today for me to see. It's a karmic female friend from your past who, it's like somebody who intimately knows your weaknesses, but more importantly, they intricately know your blind spots. And part of this is that not only do they intricately know it because they know you one-to-one, it's also because they read your energy. Whenever you were around them, they used to read your energy. Now, I don't know what the situation is now, if they're still spying or trying to spy, but I know for a lot of you, when people try to read into your energy now without permission, they get shut down, because there gets a certain point on the journey where you've healed so much, you've ascended so much, you've acquired so much protection on so many planes, realms, dimensions, that there are certain barriers and boundaries, even etherically, that cannot be crossed anymore. And so for some of you, maybe even if they're reading into your energy at this point, they're not getting an accurate read. They're not getting an accurate read. Some of you guys, I just got the message too, some of y'all spirit guides be playing with these people too, be giving them false information so that they dig a deeper grave for themselves. But what I'm really getting is that whoever this is that's like wanting to do this stuff to you, utilizing the power of the moon, the full moon in Cancer at that, it's someone who's really wanting to expand. It's like they want to expand your shadow and have your own shadow attack you. And for some of you, it's deeper than just like emotional manipulation, because for some of you, you're not in contact with these people at all, or this person at all. It's like they're utilizing, and when I was like tuning into the energy, I was feeling like they're using something, they're using an object to do this too. Whether it's a talisman, I was seeing some kind of symbol, so it could be a talisman. I'm getting very, very, like this person can't have their crown energy. I'm not going to let them have their crown. So whoever this is, they know who you are. They know what you're rising up to be. They know your potential, but they don't want to see you crowned in this energy. So to that degree, they could also be messing with your crown, could be messing with your downloads, or trying to cause some kind of mental confusion and lack of clarity. All of this is always an effort to destabilize your energy field. But with the crown, it's also trying to either messing with your dreams, or at least trying to, because like I said, for some of you, you've reached a point where you're so in your own, grounded in your own truth, in your own energy, that and you're taking authority over things, and you're calling your energy back, you're giving people back their stuff, you're returning to sender, you're clearing, you're protecting, you're doing all of that stuff. You've obtained higher levels of protection from beings of darkness and light, many of you, because of the nature of the mission you have here in the ascension. And this person again is trying to get into your head, is really what I'm getting. They're trying to get into your head. And I did have a download, it was a week ago on New Year's Day, when I did the other reading about people having their hands in the pot. There was another download that came that night about someone who was utilizing either the power of a brain, animal or human, because some of them get down like that, or utilizing the model of a brain or a brain candle in order to try to dominate someone's mind. And it was particularly in this scenario, it was the left-hand side of the brain. There's something here about somebody wanting to get into your head and wanting to blow up your shadow energy and make it attack you. But it's like I said, it's almost like this shadow energy is an entity unto itself. Servitor. Could have created a servitor too. Just came through also. I didn't even ask what deck, but I guess I was intuitively led to the tarot, so that's where we'll start. Let's get some more messages. First, let me connect. Let me connect and ground. Let's get some more messages about this, please. 0055 on my clock. This is going to bring an ending about for somebody, but not in the way that they think. They think that they're going to fuck with you in a way that it's going to cause such imbalance that it's going to get you to, like, it's almost like ride your own chariot into a ditch. That's what I'm seeing, like, because this is about you taking ownership of your own energy and your own light body, and that's connected to the chariot. It's almost like they want you to ride your own chariot into a ditch. They want you to self-destruct. They want you to think that it's an energy of self-destruction. But really what's going to happen is that you're going to ride the chariot into the wheel of fortune. And the wheels of fortune are on your chariot, and that's what's leading you ultimately. And the ending that they're seeking to put you in is the ending they're going to find themselves in. They're trying to get you to ride your chariot into a ditch, but you're ultimately going to end up riding into the wheel of fortune, and those wheels are going to be crushing them. I don't know how to put it in a nicer way than what I'm seeing, but I think you get it. It's not a very nice energy. Okay. Stay very grounded right now. Before I came here, the energy of willow was coming through. I love working with the willow to ground because the willow is both emotional and earth energy. It's both water and earth because the willow loves to be in moist areas, right? So the willow is wonderful for grounding, especially any kind of any kind of imbalanced emotional energy that then is threatening your foundation. And so for some of you, even with this energy of not wanting you to be crowned, what I want you to understand and overstand is that the energies of this moon are very much an attack against the sacral chakra and to some extent the heart. But it's really a big attack against your sacred energy right now. And that's because many of you, the way that the calendar is working. So you have the calendar that they try to push onto you, right? And then you have what is actually hidden beneath it and why they're trying to push that calendar onto you. And I don't want to get too into it, but right now, many of you are carrying the solar codes and energies that you need in order to birth your new reality. And it's almost like, it's not almost, but it's like these energies are now in a process of gestation and coming together by the power of your sacral energy. So your sacral energy is helping things to be put into order in order for you to birth this thing into reality in a stable energy by way of your root chakra, right? And again, this energy has come out before. It's not a very nice energy, but it is what it is. There's this trying to abort what it is that you have coming forth, trying to abort the gift you have coming forth, trying to abort, well, the chariot, which again is your divine legacy, but also, a lot of you, this was another message that was coming through, a lot of you in this full moon window have been receiving activations. Now, you may or may not be aware of this, but you've been receiving activations. And it's almost like they want to snatch those from you too. They don't want whatever it is you are creating in your life that's part of your new cycle, that's part of the new earth, that's part of what you are contributing to the new earth dynamics, new earth lineage. They don't want it to come into fruition, because ultimately the birth of what it is you're creating means the death of what they've been manifesting using your energy and your pain a lot of the time. I want to get some more about this magnification of shadow energy and using it and like growing it in order to have someone else's shadow destroy them. Yeah. Look at the Magician. The Magician is the first card out, and at the bottom we have the Fool. Now in Tarot, the Fool is the 0 card, and then the Magician is the number 1 card. And right off the bat, my guides just said to me, trying to make you go backwards. So instead of moving forward through the energy, again, this is the same. This is what I'm telling you. They're trying to make you go backwards. And another thing they said is that they're trying to engineer a fake beginning for you, or engineer a different path than the one you're supposed to be on. But again, this is the dragging of somebody back into an old timeline. They want to take you back into energies you've already graduated from. Some of them are completely unaware you've graduated from these energies. Some of them, they're just so fucking arrogant that they think that they have that much control and sway over you, because once upon a time, they did. We have the 7 of Cups that's coming out again. It came out on Friday too. It is this energy of trying to create confusion around you, emotional confusion. Again, it's sacral chakra energy. It's trying to take any options you have and turn options you have as represented by the cups and like turn them upside down. And the 7 of Cups, of course, 7s are connected to Chariot energy. So that is about you being able to move forward and pursue your divine legacy. So they're trying to cloud that path. They're trying to create a lot of illusion by magnifying any kind of energies of fear that you've had. I really feel more than anything it's fear and it's anxiety. Creating fear and anxiety. And for a lot of you, it's like trying to magnify some kind of trauma that they know that you have from your past. There's something about this person, whether it's a mother, a mother-in-law, an aunt, a sister, a former friend. There's something about this person knows you very intimately. And it's not only that they know just your wounding. This person is trying to magnify a specific trauma. 7 of Cups is Scorpio energy. That's all about the womb. It's partly to do with your divine feminine balance. It's also to do with transformation. This is the 3rd decan of Scorpio. This is about the phoenix rising, trying to get your phoenix not to rise from the ashes. Scorpio energy is trying to bring a death to something, trying to stop your rebirth, as if that can happen at this point. I feel like they're playing on your fear, your anxiety, and also your self-doubt. Like when you have been on this journey, and for many of you, there's been so much trauma, so many traumas, like, and some of them are micro and some of them are bigger, right? And some of these traumas have been, that's it too. Some of the trauma that you've been through has been engineered by this person. And it's like they're trying to tune into the energy of that timeline and bring it back to you. Drag you back with that Magician into the Fool. Some of you, like the Fool energies, is childishness. They're trying to drag you back into an energy from childhood that you at this point have probably healed. They're trying to also, with that energy of the Magician to the Fool, they're trying to make you impulsive. They're trying to pull you back into an energy where once upon a time you didn't believe in your magic, you didn't believe in your power, you thought you were a fool, you thought you were foolish. A lot of imposter syndrome energy here. We do have the Hierophant. This person could hide under the cloak of being very religious, or they could even pretend to be spiritual. But the thing about spirituality and everything is that you can say the right thing, but if you don't embody the spirit, the true spirit, meaning you haven't done the shadow work and the healing to truly connect to spirit, then it's just words. This person cloaks himself in religion. They're very, or in like philosophy and having kind of like the moral high ground. It's almost like this person feels like it's their right to be able to do this for some reason. Yeah, it's very pharisaical. Is very pharisaical in the sense that it's very hypocritical. It's also again the talking about God, but not really knowing God, not knowing the divine, not even having access to the divine within themselves. Very institutionalized in their way of thinking. This person could be very, very old school. Taurus energy here, Gemini and Scorpio. We had Aries and Aquarius with the Fool, but the Fool didn't actually come out. Yeah, we got the Ten of Swords at the bottom. And then we've got the Five of Cups, which is more Scorpio energy. This is the first decan of Scorpio, and this is all about missing opportunities. And as I put it down, I put it right below the Magician. So it's like this is what this person is has been using the moon energy to try and manifest for you. To manifest more confusion on your pathway, to manifest a death to your creations, to manifest a death to your divine feminine wisdom and energy so that you can tune into the magic you need in order to push you forward. A death to what is already gestating in you. A death to your activations. Trying to engineer missed opportunities, but through emotional manipulation. There's a lot of Seven of Cups and Five of Cups. Like I said, this full moon energy, it's because it's already here to help us elevate by clearing ourselves of heart and sacral wounds. What you have to understand and overstand that these are the energies that they will also choose to try and attach to in order to stop you from elevating. So I don't know if that was clear. This full moon, the purpose of it for you as a divine being is to help you clear any residual energies you have, woundings, emotional, that are in your emotional body, that would prevent the proper balancing of your sacral chakra and your heart chakra. Those are the two real energies that the full moon has been dealing with, the full moon in Cancer, in helping us to overcome those shadow energies, integrate them, and recognize where we have them still. That's the point of this full moon. And it's like they're trying to take these sacral and heart activations and stop them from happening. And you stop a person, not that you can ever really stop a person, but you can get a person to get in their own way by getting them stuck in the energy. This is how it works. They want you stuck in an energy whereby you do not access the ability to integrate this part of your shadow. And then what they're doing is they're taking that energy and they are wanting to like blow it up and make it bigger over time. They're wanting to grow that energy. And as I look at the Seven of Cups, I'm looking at what's in these cups. And in one cup, it's a crown. In another, it's a jewel. There's a laurel. There's a dragon. There's a snake. There's a mask. And there's a woman. You see that crown energy? I did mention that. They don't want you having your crown. It's like for some of them, it's also like because the Seven of Cups is a Six of Cups plus the Ace of Cups. If you can break down these cards numerically too to understand energy. And it's almost like you have a cup coming in. It's not almost like it is. Many of you have a cup coming in by way of a Six of Cups type relationship. And that cup is what's going to ensure that you get your crown. Now, if they can have you stuck in insecurity, if they can have you stuck in lower vibrational emotional energies, if they can have you stuck and not moving forward, then that can delay the timeline of this happening. It can't stop it, essentially. Only you can ultimately put a stop to your own blessings. No one else can. But the way that these people works, it's like they want to, they're so vengeful at this point. It's like a lot of them know that they're losing or that they've lost, but they still want to push, because it's like, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down with a bang. That phrase kept on coming up over the past few days, going down with a bang, going out with a bang. It's like, I'm not just going to go out lying down here and just let this person have what it is I know actually belongs to them. No, I'm going to fight till kind of the bitter end. We do have 10 of Swords. It is the bitter end. It's the bitter end for them, and it's the end of the bitter road for you. For as long as you see this and you don't buy into it, of course, because the 10 of Swords energy, like 10s are always about endings, simultaneous endings and beginnings. As I look at that, it's 110 on my clock, so it's 0110. It's like a reset energy. It's like a reset energy. Some of you have to go through this right now. You have to go through this right now, because going through this right now with this person is what's helping you integrate very hidden aspects of your shadow, or for many of you, it's helping you to integrate the residual energies left over from a bigger energy of your shadow that you've already integrated, if that makes sense. So ultimately, this person is doing you a favor. They're helping you integrate to a higher level. They're actually helping you reset if you utilize this energy wisely, which is you don't let them bother you. And you recognize and realize and see it, and you just keep moving in your power. And when you start to get these doubts and these feelings and this anxiety and this fear, like I said in the other reading, it really is a time of being so fucking self-aware that anything that enters your energy field, you must test it, you must converse with it, you must get to the bottom of, if it's taking you out of balance, why is it here? We're at crunch time. And as such, we are like in the depths of like the shadow war. And at this point, because many of them, you've done the work of clearing, cleansing, cutting cords, returning to sender, and then just the nature of ascension in general has these cycles coming to rapid close. All they can do is utilize the power of your own shadow against you at this point. For many of you, that's all they can do, because they no longer have real access to your energy field. Remember, I said in the beginning, for many of you, especially if this reading is resonating for you so far and you're still here with me, you have already overcome, you have already gotten to a place on your journey where these people can't tap into you anymore. They can't tap into your energy field. Whatever cord they were using to try to take from you, they can't do it anymore. So what you're dealing right now with is you're dealing with a lot of annoying energy, because they still are trying it. They're still trying to reattach cords. They're still trying to do all of this stuff, but they're not succeeding, because you have climbed a certain threshold on the journey where you cannot be touched by certain vibrations, because you don't live in that vibration anymore. And so all they can do is try to use your own shadow to, like I said in the beginning with the Magician and the Fool, to take you back down into a time when you did dwell in that place. Because what they want to do is to get you stuck in that place. Because if you're stuck in that lower place, then you become more accessible to be able to be attached to again. I hope I'm making sense. You are at another dimension because of the energies that you are now walking in on a more regular basis, because you've done the work of healing. Once upon a time, you dwelled and you lived in lower vibrations. You lived in that place of fear. You lived in perpetual states of people making you feel guilty about living and existing, and you ate it up as if it was your narrative and your truth. Once upon a time, you lived in the vibration of shame, because everywhere you went, you were made to feel, again, like I said, ashamed for existing. Once upon a time, you lived in fear because you had these these issues of codependency where you needed people to like you, and you thought that was so important that you had to act out of that place, and if you didn't, then you'd be alone, or whatever, you know, your situation was. Or if you did this, they would abandon you. They played on your abandonment or your rejection or your neglect wounds. But you don't have that anymore because you've been into the darkness of your own soul and you've done battle with your own shadow. And so therefore the only way they can get you to be back into that cage where your shadow is like locking the door on you, instead of you being in complete authority over your own darkness and owning it and wielding it for the power that it is, because it is a part of you and it is powerful. So instead of that, they want you back in the cage. They want your shadow to take you and put you back in the cage and lock you up. I saw Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Strength. Yeah, this is over. This is over. This is one of the last difficult cycles that you're going to have to go through with this specific energy. There will be other battles ahead. There always are. But for some of you, you've been in this battle for a while. And it's like it's closing out, but it's really going to depend on you to stay strong and stay in your heart with this Leo energy, and to be brave and to be courageous, to be yourself and stand in your power and your truth, your divine power and your divine truth, because that's what ultimately destroys the lies of the enemy. This is what is going to destroy their lies, their illusions. They're trying to raise your shadow from the dead to attack you. This is what's going to dispel it, is you standing in your truth. The truth is what comes to destroy the lie. The truth and the light of the truth is what comes to dispel the illusion. And when you're holding that truth in love because you're in tune with your heart, there's nothing more powerful. There's nothing more powerful. We have the Page of Swords. This person is trying to spy on you in some way. They're trying to spy on you and do some research, collect some kind of research. But what I'm also getting is this Page of Swords energy is for you too. You've already begun a new cycle mentally. You've already reached another level mentally where you either know how to, or you're learning how to, or this run-in with this energy is going to teach you how to tame your emotions with your own mind, instead of having someone else's mind or the collective mental energy have such influence over your emotions. And indeed, really, that's what this cycle for all of us is about. I'm a writer also. I'm highly mercurial. I speak and I write. And I have a members group on my on Instagram called the Daily Alchemy Portal. And I just did the weekend message. And I said that there's this energy of like this maternal energy, because again, we're dealing with mother wounds right now. We're dealing with allowing the energy of the Divine Mother to help us remother ourselves into wholeness and completion. And to help us with some of these residual wounds is that we are learning how to be better mothers to ourselves right now, if we allow this full moon in Cancer to do its work in a very positive way. But it's like this energy is, we are being allowed to experience a lot of emotional disturbance and even mental disturbance to get to our emotional bodies in order to destabilize us, that we find a deeper sense of stability and a deeper rooting in our truth right now. That's the point of this energy. So I can tell you all day that this is what this person's trying to do, but I can tell you divinely it is the hand of God also, because the point of it is to get you so rooted in your truth, so rooted in in your own energy and your power, that nothing can sway you again. It's like storms work to help trees to stabilize too. It's like you're being sent, or it's not that you're being sent. This storm is being allowed. It's being allowed in your energy for you to grow deeper roots into your truth, and deeper roots also into the new earth reality. And for some of you, the lesson you're going to learn right now is what I was talking about in the other readings I've posted, and that is about being radically self-aware. So what I'm getting with the Page of Swords, this is the energy of being very meticulous. The Page of Swords is a researcher, but very meticulous with your mental energy right now. Question everything that's coming into your energy field. This is what this is going to teach you, how to properly discern your magic with a K when it's being infiltrated by magic with a C, by fuckery. Because you're going to need it moving forward, because there's something about Aquarius season, not to scare you or anything, but it's something about Aquarius season with some of these energies actually becoming so fed up with trying to do these things to you in the dark, that a lot of them are going to begin to expose themselves. And it's going to be very important for you at that time, especially if you're going to come like face to face with having to verbally speak to people or deal with this. It's going to be very important that you be rooted and grounded in your truth. And so this is what this is helping you with too. Then we have the King of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, this is helping you to become the King of Pentacles. Whether you're a man, you're a woman, you don't rock with gender. Either way, it's an energy. But the King of Pentacles is the master of his entire material reality. But it's also, the Pentacles energy is about earth. It's mastery of that energy. And a lot of you, like, this is your earth school graduation, right? This is like your, and not that once you graduate, you leave earth, but it's like you've graduated from these cycles that kept you bound to earth in its lower dimensions, if that makes sense. This is also the energy of becoming the great alchemist, the great self-alchemist. You know, being able to turn your pain into gold, because they've been turning your pain into gold, but now it's time for you to learn how to take the pain that has been caused you and the pain that's coming up because of your healing journey, and learn how to alchemize that into gold yourself, instead of letting others do that. And this is what the King of Pentacles, that's that arrival energy. I see alchemy because of the grapes. And when I think grapes, I think wedding of Cana. And I think about how Jesus turned the water into wine. Many of them didn't want you to know that you could turn water into wine. They were drinking up your wine. And you never knew that it was your wine that you'd been alchemized. They'd been alchemizing it from your water, because you thought your water was worthless. They wanted you to think that. You thought your pain was just a reflection of how useless and worthless you were in some way, shape, or form, or how you couldn't get it together. Because that's another narrative they love to project onto divine beings too. 1, 2, 3 on my clock. They love to put you in states of pain and then shame you in that place to keep you stuck. There's no more of that, because you're connecting with your heart. You're connecting also with your solar energy. You are reclaiming you are reclaiming your inner child. You are reclaiming all of the ways your inner child has been exploited, because indeed, most of our pain comes from that. The matrix, the old world, whatever you want to call it, it ran off of the pain of children. It ran off of the pain of children, whether it was literal or whether it was the constant exploitation of people's childhood wounds in order to get them to be good consumers and to be good workers and to be good grinders. it exploited your childhood wounds to get you to constantly be in a state of performing and proving and competing. And that's over. That's over. You're reclaiming your lost childhood. You're reclaiming all that you lost because of the sometimes conscious and conscientious ways that you were purposely traumatized in order to later be monetized without your awareness, if that makes sense. And for some of you, especially if this is a karmic mother, this has been going on since childhood. And that energy was coming out in another reading, the reading of somebody whose mother knew from childhood what they were doing to them. It was all because they hold these special Essene codes, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary codes that are connected to the David line, connected to Jesus. Somebody somewhere told this mother that was in the other reading, or this mother has the ability to read or to do magic or whatever, but they knew. And for some of you, it's like it was a third party that provided the information to this mother and gave them the instructions on how to harness you from a very early age. When I tell you the entire old world matrix system was built upon the pain of children, you'd be shocked to know how it happened on every level, energetically speaking. But we won't get into that today. We'll get some herbal help and we'll call it a night. Pink rose, yeah, all about self-love and healing, but it's also about the integration of masculine and feminine energy, but then allowing the more nurturing aspects of your energy to come through. It's about the remothering, but it's also about, pink rose is very much tied to Empress energy, so it is mothering energy, but it's also, again, sacral and heart chakra. Pink rose is great for helping you to open your heart in a gentle way. Pink rose is it holds very similar frequencies to rose quartz, or if you work with Himalayan pink salt also. Yeah. Grieving and letting go of painful cycles. It's time for you to grieve and let go of these emotional energies. And this is what this cycle is ultimately about. This is what this moon is here to facilitate, in spite of what the fuckery that other people, entities are trying to do. Okay, at the bottom of the line, we have caraway, highly protective of children. Highly protective of children. And you could take that and also say highly protective of your inner child. But caraway is also great for removing any spiritual cause of illness and keeping evil and interfering spirits and energies away. It also protects against thievery. And it's a love spice or herb. But caraway is very interesting because although it's a love spice or herb, what it does is it's not an attracting herb. It's a herb that works very well for securing what it is you already have, to protect it from being stolen from you. So caraway is very powerful for that. And when it says remove spiritual cause of illness, that means that if people are sending you energies of infirmity, it's there to clear that on the spiritual plane, because everything begins on the spiritual plane before it hits the mental plane, the emotional plane, and then it manifests in the material. And what they want to do is for it to hit the mental, emotional plane so it manifests in your body. Caraway goes right in there and says, I see what you're doing up there. Not going to happen. Yeah, and it's a great protective herb. Protective, but it's highly protective against, with children. So here we go, we have the confirmation. So I'm going to end it here. I didn't expect this reading to be this long, but ho-hum. Anyway, thank you for rocking with me. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day or your evening or your morning. Yes, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, do the YouTube thing. Yeah. 444, I just saw it again. For many of you, stability is coming. It's here. It may not be here in the physical form, but when, like I said, with these energies, spiritual plane, mental plane, emotional plane, for many of you, it's coming through the waters right now. Your stability is coming through this this period of alchemizing and balancing your own emotional body, because everything is birthed through water, which is connected to emotion. So yes. Anyway, it's been a pleasure reading for you as always. I wish you the best. I will be back again soon. Until next time, be well.